Well, hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've done a video, but I thought I would show you some seed starting essentials, some things I have on hand to get my seeds ready to start for this next 2023 garden season. Now, these aren't all essentials. You can definitely kind of be creative. You don't have to have these, but since I've been gardening for a very, very long time, these to me are some essentials. Some things are new for me this year, and so I'm excited just to show you, so let's jump right in. The first thing I got, of course, I will link everything down below, are these seed starting trays. Now you can get, the brand is Jiffy. It's usually like you just get them from the store. They'll come with some inserts with this and a little dome. This one I just got from Amazon for a pack of 10, and it is just the drainage holes with no trays, so you can put your plants inside the cells, which I'll show you in just a minute, and have them inside these trays. Now every year I get these, I just buy the pack from IFA. They're like $10 each, $7 to $10. For the whole dome kit and everything, and every year I'm like, you know what, next year I'm gonna take better care of them so I can save them for the following year. Well, then they get outside, they get cracked. So this year I'm gonna try, these seem a lot sturdier and thicker and better quality than the other ones that I've gotten. So hopefully I can take better care of these this year and I can reuse them for next year. So I got a pack of 10, not sure if I need more or not, but I can always add more if needed. The next I got is these cell packs here. I think you can fit 72 in this size tray. It's a 10 by 20. So this is a 120, so there's 720 it says cells in here, so I can plant a lot of stuff in here. Now these I typically don't reuse because when I'm trying to transplant them and pop them out, they always get cracked. They're pretty thin, but these are relatively inexpensive. So that's where I'm going to be lining these up to get my stuff started. Now I also ordered some different pots. These are what I transplant my little seedlings from this cell pack into these pots. And then they grow in here until I'm ready to transplant them in the ground. Now when you plant them in here, they only grow so big, so that's why I like to transplant them into larger pots. Now you can go with some biodegradable ones, so you can just plant them right into the ground. Those are great for some of your plants with really sensitive roots, but those are a little bit more expensive. And then when you water them, as you're waiting to plant them in the outside, they can get wet and just kind of start falling apart. So that's why I decided to just get the plastic cups. That's what I did last year. Relatively inexpensive, and you get a huge pack of these. The next thing new for this year is a heating mat. Now I had a lot of trouble with germination last year because the soil and in here was just so cold. So I wanted to give my seeds this year, especially like peppers and tomatoes that need a little bit warmer temperatures for germination. I wanted to give them the best success that I could. It is large enough to put several of these trays on. I did only get one. They are a little bit more on the pricey side. So some of my things, like I said, my peppers and tomatoes, I am gonna put on here so that way it's a little bit warmer. Stuff like onions and other things that don't need such a warmer germination temperature, I'm not gonna be putting them on here. But next year, if I need to get more, or even this year, if I need to get more, I will get more. But this is definitely something new for me this year that I'm really excited about using, that I'll be able to use every year. The other thing that I got brand new for this year that I'm super, super excited, that I've been wanting for many years, is a tiered rack that I can put my seedlings on. So I went to Costco and I got this Trinity brand. It is a 6-tier rack here on wheels, so I can move it around. I can rotate it instead of having to turn each tray. There's a lot of other kind of shelving units that you can use, but I like this one because it's on wheels and it's wire racks, so I can easily hang grow lights on there if I need to. And then on the off season, I can use this for storage in my pantry or anywhere else that I need it until I go to start my seeds next year. I just finished putting it together and it's huge. I love it. Notice there's no top shelf because, let me show you. I put the shelf on and look at that. It is like really, really bent. Look at that. That is not good. It is like completely bowed in, these at least 3, 4, 5 wires here. So obviously I can't use the shelf, and that's why I left it on the top, so that way I can get it replaced. I'm not sure if I need to take it back to Costco, just that one shelf. I am not taking this whole thing apart. If I can take that back and just switch it out and replace it. I did get several pictures of it, and then I emailed the customer service that was on the instruction manual. So I asked them, how do I get it replaced? So I'm waiting to hear back from them. That's why I just left the top open, that way when I do get the new shelf, because technically I don't need the top just yet. So I'm gonna wait back to hear back from them. But I love this. I've been wanting one of these for years, and I can't believe I have it. So the reason why I have it upstairs, I've always had my seed starts here always, the last year. I had my seed starts here, but it doesn't get quite enough sun in here. So we're actually gonna move this to a southwest facing window, where my lemon tree is doing amazing. It gets tons of sun. So I just put it together out of the way here in this room until I can get my seeds started. But you guys, look at this. I finally have my shelves. So now I need like tons more of these. And then when my seeds are all in the ground, I can totally use this for storage for other things. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with this. Kind of disappointed about the top shelf, bent, but hopefully we can get that replaced soon. Now the next thing you're obviously going to need is a good seedling potting soil mix. I just have the Black Gold brand. It's natural and organic. There's no fertilizers or anything in here, which is great for starting and germinating your seeds. Now this kind I just got at my regular IFA. You can pretty much use any seed starting mixture. I haven't gotten into making my own. Maybe one of these years I will attempt to try it out. Maybe. We'll see how that goes, but not this year. I'm just going to be using the bag stuff. Eventually, I'd like to get a soil block maker instead of using these trays. But again, another year we're going to do that. So this year we're just going to be using this one here. When I transplant my little seedlings from these little cells into the larger pots, that's when I get a organic potting mix that has fertilizer already in it. That way, as those seeds grow, they can get those nutrients. Now, for my natural organic fertilizer, I use the Argo Thrive brand. I've used this for the last couple of years and I really like it. It smells horrible. You do dilute it, and I don't feed these to my seedlings till they're obviously a little bit more established. Not in these little trays, but when I do transplant them. So in a few months, I'll go ahead and use this, and then I do this on my entire garden weekly throughout the growing season, and I've seen great results. So having this on hand, getting it all ready for this garden season is something essential. Another thing that I like to have on hand, not necessarily for my seed starting, but when I go to transplant in my garden, is eggshells. Eggshells are a great source of calcium and different nutrients that essentially are needed for a lot of your plants, especially for tomatoes, to prevent that blossom end rot. So start now by saving all of your eggshells. I just let them dry out. I crush them up, and then when I go to plant my plants in my actual garden, that's when I put this in. So think about it now. Start saving your gardens or your eggshells for your garden. So that's it for my seed starting essentials. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your essentials are, what tools you found are easy to help you get started with your seeds. I'm going to do another video on my entire seed haul, and I'm going to also start some of my seeds, especially my onion seeds, very soon here, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Happy gardening!